Good morning, Happy New Year. Welcome back to my channel. This is Vickie with VJ Designs. I hope everyone had a very happy, safe New Year's Eve last night. I tried to make it so hard to midnight. I ended up going to bed about 1:45 till. But I think I didn't go to sleep till after midnight, so technically I made it. So yeah, I can't believe it's 2026, you guys. Oh my goodness. So a brand new opportunity to have brand new goals, brand new outlook on things. About resolutions, I don't make them anymore because I realize that I just set myself up for failure if I try to make a resolution. I try to set some goals, but I've learned to try to set goals that are fairly easy to achieve, so I feel like I've done something. And probably the scariest thing I accomplished this last year was starting this YouTube channel. But I'm so thankful for each and every one of you that have subscribed and stuck with me. And yeah, I just love the crafting community, and it just keeps me going. And I have to say that my love for God is my biggest inspiration, and I know that He loves me, and I know that He loves every one of you, and He's the one that keeps me going, and I just love Him so much. And yeah, I just want to start the new year out by saying that. So here we go. I thought I would make another video on making dangles, only this time they're going to be a little more to them. The last ones were pretty simple that I made. These are going to have like little pieces of lace, trim, bling, you know, washi tape, stickers, that kind of thing. So makes them a little more interesting. And these are great for putting in journals, or even, you know, you could hang it on a card or whatever. One thing we're going to do too, which I've made some of these and I couldn't find them, is put words in here every now and then. So they'll be hidden, so when somebody's looking through this, there'll be a nice little surprise of a message or whatever, an uplifting word in there. So here we go. Let's just dive in. I have, this is a scrap buster, a great scrap buster. And so I have tons of scraps over here and ready to go. I've got pieces of ribbon and lace and trim and some other odds and end papers, and I have some words stamped and cut out. So yeah, let's just dive in. This bunch of papers here was all paper clipped together already, so I thought we'd try to make something out of this. So I'm going to have this as my bottom piece, just because it's the biggest. I usually start with the bigger pieces on the bottom. And I don't know, I kind of think a piece of this lace would look good down here. Let's just do that. Got to figure out which is the right. I think this is the right side. These laces, this one and this one And this one, I got all of these from AngelDreamCraftsKim. And I will put the link to her site in my description box. I mean, this is just a drop in the bucket. She has gorgeous, I mean, gorgeous laces. Now, I am not into laces too much, but I like a little bit here and there. These three I know for sure were from her. I'm not sure about this one. This one could have been too. I love this one also. And then a lot of my laces I got from thrift stores or were out of my mom's lace box. Most of her laces were the gathered kind because she was a seamstress and she would make, she was always making things, and she loved to make people that had little girls and stuff. She would make little dresses. Oh my gosh, they were so cute. And she would make aprons or whatever. My mom was a crafter. I remember from when I was a kid, she was always doing something. And she didn't crochet or anything like that, but she was a seamstress. And I'm just going to use some of my art glitter glue with this. And so she was always sewing things. She sewed clothes for me a lot when I was a kid. And she was a wonderful cook and baker, and she canned and did all the things. You know, she was Wonder Woman to me. And then she did all other kinds of crafts. Like she was in this kick one time of making those resin grapes. I don't know if you guys ever saw those. Those were like back in the 70s. She made, it would be a big cluster of resin grapes, and they would be in, she would wire them into a piece of like driftwood or some kind of wood, and then have these little spiral things, you know, how grapes have. And she would give those away as wedding gifts to all couples that were getting married at the time. And yeah, she was always doing something. Okay, so I'm going to make this the next one, and it'll be a little bit shorter. I'm just going to tear the end of it like that. I think I'll use this one on here too. I'm just kind of doing this, you know, making this up as I go. I think I'll put this one on next. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, this is about, it says finest threads and stuff on it, but you can't really tell. But I like the colors go together. And then we'll make this piece a little bit shorter. I'm just putting these coordinating colors together. So this one on the bottom is pretty, kind of sticks out there by itself, doesn't it? We could put something under here. I don't know if the music paper really fits it, but let's find another piece that would coordinate with this colors. Maybe this one. It's pretty much the same size, though. Well, here's one that's a little bit smaller. So I think on this piece right here, what I'm going to do is these are really hard to tell what is the right. I think this is the right side here. So I think what I'm going to do, because there's a little teeny rip over here on the edge. So I think I'm just going to put this lace down the side here. Of it. And the glue shows through just a little bit right now, but it's okay because it'll dry clear. So my brother lives with me. You may know that if you've watched me. I've talked about him. It's just he and I for today. So we're just going to have a quiet dinner. Later, we have an elk roast that we decided we're going to make today. I discovered a couple years ago, about 3 years ago, I like elk. And I live in Montana. People all around me are always doing hunting and that kind of thing. And I don't care for deer meat that much, but I mean, people around here, they rely on getting their deer and elk to fill their freezers for their families for the winter. Some people do it just mostly for the hunt, but a great majority of the people that I know do it because they need the meat for their families. And it is expensive to do the hunting, and I get it, and I don't get it. But I know it's the hunt, the hunt is the big deal. So anyway, I had elk for the first time about 3 years ago, and I really liked it. It's really tasty. And I've used it in several things like chili. I've used it in chili. I've used it in casserole soup. I make a taco soup. Put it in there. It really, really gives it a good flavor. So, okay, so now we have our pieces together. We just want to decide how we want them. And I usually, that's not what I want. I usually make a hole up here in the corner. You can just go right through all of them. And then you can put an eyelet in there if you want to. I normally don't, just because you can take these apart and you can use the pieces. Like if you put it in a journal, you can take those pieces apart and use them wherever you want to. Or you can take them apart and use them on cards or whatever you want to do. So usually what I do is just tie them together with some string. And I think I'll just use this black baker's twine. I don't know. There isn't really any black in there. Let's see. black, green, blue. Wonder if blue would look better. No, I'll just use black. Oh, my cat woke me up again this morning at 5:30, and I didn't go to bed till midnight, so I usually go to bed a little, whoops, oh, that was fun. Usually go to bed a little earlier, so I didn't get as much sleep. So I kind of maybe see a nap in my future today. I'm not sure. And this one didn't get the hole punched in it. Must not have been all the way up. So let's see. Do this. Figure out how you want them, and then try to get this in the hole. You know, I think I'm going to have to do is clip this together first. Whoops. I'm going to paper clip it together so it'll stay. I keep moving everything around. Now I can maybe get this through the hole. There we go. Okay, so once we get it tied together so it'll stay together, then you can manipulate the little papers easier. I'm just going to tie a bow. You can tie a knot too if you want. So there. Okay, so I think what I'll do on this one is, I've got all these little words cut out over here. I used this stamp set from Mindless Crafting. It's called, what is the name of it? Vertical stamp set, and it's the vertical words. You don't see those very often, and I was really happy that they had done that. And so there was 2 or 3 little words on here that I felt I could use: hugs, smile, and joy. So we'll just take one of these words and I think I'll just glue it right on there. And you can, if you want to, and I usually like to ink things up. When I do my journals, I do a lot of inking, unless there's certain types of journals that, but anyway, you can, what I like to do is on these words, just ink up the edges because it just makes them stand out a little bit. So now it stands out better when you put it on there. So let's just glue that on. So this is just kind of a little unexpected thing when you open it. And I think on this very first one, this might be a little big. I think what I might do is just cut around this heart Don't be afraid to cut around your laces. If you want to use pieces of it, it's okay. So that pretty much fits perfectly on there. So once again, I have to find the right side. I think it's that side. So we'll just glue it right down there on the bottom of that one. So there we have, you know, the lace on there. We have the word joy on this piece. I think I'll just leave that one. And that one, we've got a strip of lace on here. And we could add on here, I've got this thin washi tape. I pulled out a bunch of washi tapes over here, mostly really thin ones. And I can get it started. So I think what I'm going to do is just put a very little bit of glue on either end where this washi tape goes. Sorry about the shaking, guys. If you are new to my channel and not heard me say this, I've got tremors. But I'm not letting that stop me from doing what I love to do. And so I just cope. I do things. I don't fussy cut on a video. I don't do a lot of things on a video that other people do because it takes me 3 or 4 times as long to do that. And you don't want to sit here and watch me take 10 minutes to fussy cut out a little thing. So on here we have enough room. We could put something. Oh, I was looking for this washi tape. It's got butterflies on it. And I think that's kind of the wrong color, but I just want to take one of these little butterflies. Okay, well, my phone told me the storage was full, so it quit on me pretty much towards the end. So I was on this piece here, so I just put a butterfly on here, and I put this word smile, and then on the last piece, I went ahead and put 3 little flowers. Okay, so I'm going to call this one done. So let's do another one. We may only get a couple of these done today, guys. So I don't know, but we'll see. Now I've got these scraps, and all these were scraps that I took out of my scrap box. And I was using this paper pad that I have for making cards or something, and I had all these scraps. So we'll just start with, this is from a different one, but all the colors are there, and yeah. So anyway, I thought this was kind of fun. And I think what I'm going to do with this one is cut it off about right here and then make a little tail down here. Just have something a little interest. I think I cut it a little bit too short, but that's okay. Make sure they're all up to the end. I guess what I could do is cut this one off a little bit, so it'll stick out a little bit more. Yeah, so there's an easy remedy for that. It's just paper and glue, people. Paper and glue, that's all. You know, if you get to a point where you're working on something and it's just a total mess, scrap it. It's okay. Most of the time there's a way to fix something. I've always said that. But sometimes, sometimes, and I think I'm going to make another little flag down up on the top one too. I'm going to have to watch my phone because in case it tells me this may be a 2-3-parter video that I have to put together. Okay, so let's clip it together. And we can make our hole. I like to make the big hole. It's just easier. I mean, you can do what you want, but okay. I love this. It's one of my favorite tools. Okay, so for this one, I could use just about any color of baker's twine. I think I'll go with the yellow one this time. Could even put 2 colors in there if you wanted to, or whatever. Ribbon. I use ribbon a lot too. Anything. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right. So, these are a rainbow of colors, so you can use just about anything. I think what I'm going to do is put on the very top one the word hugs. And we'll just edge around it. I think, like I said, it makes it stand out a little bit. Okay. All right. This is take number 3. I think it quit right here. And so on this second piece, I just put another washi tape butterfly. Okay, so with this piece, I'm going to just put a piece of lace down the edge here. I will tell you that I do not like this last iPhone I got. I am taking it in the first chance I get to trade it in, and I'm gonna have to get one that has much more storage, especially now that I'm doing videos and I'm using my phone basically to do that. The storage just fills up way too soon, and I'm having to always go in and delete things. I will tell you another thing that it did to me that I was not happy. Right in the middle of listening to a playlist on my phone, I was driving. All of a sudden, the music stopped, and I'm like, what's going on? And I was almost to the highway, so I pulled over to the side of the road, and I was looking at it. My playlist totally disappeared. It vanished. I turned my phone off, turned it back on to see if that would clear it out. It never came back. It just totally disappeared. My iPhone did away with my playlist right in the middle of listening to it. So I had to go in and make a whole new playlist. I didn't do it right then, but yeah, I was not happy. And there's a lot of things about... Oh, and the other thing that it does, and this is the iPhone 16 Pro. I don't like it. I don't get photos that people send in messages, and that. I'm, especially in group texts, but, you can see where people are going, oh, that's cute, I like that, or whatever, and I'm like, sorry, I didn't get the photo. So they have to send it to me in Messenger. It's just so annoying, and I am just not happy with this phone. I've had it for about a year. Yeah, if that. I can't remember exactly. I got it earlier last year, 2005. So, yeah, I'm not happy. I'll just put a piece. I have this ribbon that says Live, Laugh, Love. So, I just took the love off there and put on here. So I just went in on my phone and I looked up, what can I do to free up space? And one of the things you could do is go in the iPhone storage and offload all your apps that you're not using. So it offloads them, so it frees up the storage, but they're easy to reinstall if you need to use them. So I just did that. I think on this one right here, trying to see which one of these washi tapes would look good on here. This one's kind of cool. It's, I can't tell if it's red. I think it's a dark pink color. So I'm just going to put a little glue. This washi tape, it's not permanent, so you have to at least put glue on the ends, if not the whole thing. A lot of times I just use my glue stick, but I'm just going to do it like that. Okay, you guys, so we've managed to get 2 of these done today. I am so sorry. I meant to do way more than that, but I'm having too much trouble with my phone. Before it goes off again, I'm going to have to splice like 3 or 4 that I've done together to make this whole video, and it's come out to about a half hour, and I'm getting a little frustrated with my phone, so I'm going to quit. So there's the one we did. I just put a little trim on that one. Put the word love, piece of trim on this one, and then a piece of washi tape on here. So that one turned out pretty cute, I think. And then this one, just put a little heart off of a piece of lace on there. The word joy on that piece. Smile back here, and I put a piece of lace and washi tape and a washi butterfly. That's cute. And then this one, I just put a piece of lace on the bottom. And these 3 little flowers. So there's those. And then this was the first one I showed you that I had already done. So this gives you another idea. There's a piece of, it's like seam binding lace or something in the background with this little piece of trim here and a gem. And on this piece I had put a piece of this lace here and that. This one I put a piece of lace down the edge and one of these little washi butterflies. This piece here I put two strips of washi tape and a sticker that's kind of holographic, and then a piece of this lace. I just cut a piece of that lace and put it on the bottom. And then on this side, I put a piece of washi tape down the edge and a piece of that trim that I put on here. So, and tied it with ribbon. So there you go. This is just another great way to use up your scraps and make these I forget what, dangles, sorry, paper dangles, yep. Okay, have a wonderful day, have a wonderful rest of your New Year's Day. I know when you see this, it's going to be way past, but anyway, Happy New Year to everyone and have a wonderful day. And remember to be thankful. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.